Hello once again, this is the Resurrected Hobbyist bringing you another model time video. As you can see, I've got a new camera set up showing a turntable of the models I'm working on tonight. So as you can see, I'm planning to work on my Brass Legion and maybe the Forge World. Blah, 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 blah. Name escapes me. The Forge World World Eater dude. Wow. Yeah. Fail. I cannot think of the name. So, whatever. Where did I put my... There we are. Okay. So, let's go ahead and... What's this? Yep, I just got a message from one of my regular viewers, Revy, saying she will be along shortly. Well, that's alright, Revy. No hurry. Alrighty. Let me reorient that camera some more. I need to put that camera like right about here. Might be able to affect something, at least temporarily. Let me try something real quick, see how well this works out. I'd rather I didn't have the camera actually sitting on my workbench, but such are the trials and tribulations. Well, that's at least serviceable. I think I need to get like a lamp over here. But, well, I can't do that right now. So, where are you? Regiment brush. Regiment. What's this new message? Okay. Sorry, a friend of mine took a bad fall earlier today, and just checking to make sure she's all right, and she responded to me. So, a couple stitches, a little Frankenstein look for a little while, just in time for Halloween, I might add. And looks like she's going to be fine. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to why I love magnets. do have my tag set, right? Yeah, okay. So that was Lutheran Blue. So it needs to come down to about here. But, c'est la vie. I am going to work on Karn. That was his name. Karn the Betrayer. I cannot believe I could not think of that name. Where is my white scar? There's my white scar. Hello, Ruby. How's it going? Glad you could get out of bed to join us tonight. Uh-huh. Sure you do. Or maybe you mean that literally, in which case I hope you clean your sheets regularly. Preferably, you know, every day. If not multiple times in a day. Which advice was that? You do know this is Twitch, right? There's like a 20-second lag or something built in, right? Like, you do know this, right? Let's see what you got. Ah. That's turning out pretty good, really. Can't wait to see him with some paint on him. Alrighty, what colors do I need for the blue shoulders? Actually, oh, that's not good. And I just pulled my new camera setup off the table. So goody, I get to fix this. Alrighty, too low. There we go. Alrighty, luckily I already had an effed up scalpel at hand. I had that to cut through the thighs. Yep, scalpel will certainly help with that. You can. They're actually where they want to say they're wood burning kits that you can get that will have an X-Acto blade option in the kit. What was what? Thank you. I figured that was somewhat more appealing than just having the camera on the desk. Alright, so I need Macragge blue, which is the same as Mordian blue. Mordian blue. Yep, the camera does indeed work. Mordian blue, where are you hiding? Ah, there you are. And yes, I am talking to my paints, hoping to entice them to cooperate with me. Yeah, the only issue I really have with the revolving display is the display stand is very noisy. Thankfully, you can't hear it through my headset, but it is this very loud, very noticeable grinding sound. Ow. Let me try and compare this to the Games Workshop Karn I did last week. Alrighty, so it's going to be primarily the gold and brass over black. Okay. Oh, been there so many times, my dear. Oh, wow, I need to clean that bottle top. Yes, it is. Karn the Betrayer. Get Aryan out of the way. Yeah, well, it's not like Karn is known for having long, intimate conversations. Yeah, I'm not totally sold on what they've made Karn to be in some of the newer Horus Heresy books. But maybe that's just because I've had to deal with the mental image of Karn being a raving sociopath for, 4 generations or 4 editions. What now? Jeff replied to my post. What's up, Jeff? Okay. Yeah, because in a lot of the newer Horus Heresy books, well, the pre-heresy world eaters are... how's the best way to explain this? They're portrayed like they realize they made a big mistake, but they are now stuck with that mistake. And that mistake is actually trying to make Angren love them. Or, well, not love them, but, you know, acknowledge their existence, take pride in their ability, actually have some sort of bond with their Primarch the way the other legions do. Yeah, it's not inconsistent with how he's being portrayed in the newer books. But basically, take the character you just described and then have him do something really stupid where he falls off the edge of a cliff, and just have him like in free fall going, well, I screwed up and here I am. Is like he doesn't make excuses for it, which, I mean, I can respect on the character level. But at the same time, I mean, he's a world eater, and because of what the world eaters are and have become in the heresy, I know there's always going to be this, we are not our Primarch's sons kind of thing going on with them. I mean, of course, in all honesty, Angerin is not really a Primarch as far as organizational structure goes. The dude is fruitier than a basket full of Christmas time fruitcake. Feffing lag. And unfortunately, I can't help much on the on the lag front. Let me see if I can pop this backpack off. Nope. I ain't got that attached good and solid. It ain't coming off. Okay. Okay. Basically, what I was saying was a lot of the newer books, or Horus Heresy books, are basically painting the World Eaters as wishing they had this special connection with their Primarch, the way the other legions do. So they've basically done everything Angron has asked of them, including, getting the butcher's nails hammered in their heads. And they are slowly coming to the revelation that, yeah, Angron is so effed up, he's never actually going to be our Primarch. But they're now stuck with the butcher's nails. You're just having all sorts of fun tonight, aren't you, Revy? Oh, Shabti Bone. That's. Nope, I want Upshati Bone. Upshati Bone. There you are. You okay, Ravi? Huh. Interesting. I did not know Twitch was set up in such a way that that would make an issue. Either way, welcome back. So, did you hear what I was saying about the World Eaters a little while ago? Okay, so a lot of the newer books that deal with the World Eaters have portrayed them basically. See, the way I'm thinking of saying this is going to make them sound like really kind of like spoiled brats, and that's not exactly the way it is. Basically, most of the World Eaters Legion, they want to have that special bond with Angron that the sons of Horus have with Horus, or uh, the the Death Guard have with Mortarion and all that. They want their Primarch to be proud of them, to acknowledge their great ability, their prowess. But I mean, it's Angron. Angron is crazy. He is mental. He doesn't know any emotion outside of anger. He has no concept of human connection beyond betrayal. Short of the long, he is simply never mentally going to be capable of showing the World Eaters anything resembling affection. It's just not in him. But the World Eaters continue to try to forge that bond, that connection with Angron. Hence why they allowed his having the Tech Marines of his Legion install the Butcher's Nails. They were hoping it would, bring, something resembling affection and connection between Angron and his Legion. Except, it's Angron. As I just said, the dude has nothing in the way of compassion in his soul. He is simply incapable of it. So by the time of the rebellion, a lot of the World Eaters, Karn especially, are basically of the mindset of, we done screwed up. But there's nothing we can do about it at this time. Did you hear all that, Revy? Either that I am honest or that I tend to say the same thing you're thinking. Those are my two guesses. One of the things you have to remember about me is, as a life goal and a lifestyle, I made it a point to try and be objective in life. I try to never let my pride or personal emotions about a situation override my examination of the situation. So that's given me a very profound ability to, look at a situation and see both sides of it. I may not necessarily agree with one side, or both sides for that matter, but I don't have to agree with it. Besides, where were you going to try and lead the conversation? This should be amusing, if nothing else. Yeah, I definitely like that lighter blue. Right, you don't have to agree with someone to understand where they're coming from. Exactly. But that's also the real trick. Once you recognize where they're coming from, it can very frequently lead to a revelation about their point of view, and how, while it may be different from yours, that doesn't make it wrong. I suppose I should say it doesn't make it inaccurate. Yeah, a lot of people do think of the World Eaters as that. It is a image that I have never liked, simply because logistically it doesn't work. If they were nothing but, raving psychopaths, they would have stopped being a threat about 10,000 years ago. Grax Airshade. Nope, that is still wet. Alrighty. What did I use for the flesh on the 40K Karn? I used the same flesh colors as from the Hellbrute. Hellbrutes, where are you? Come here, Hellbrutes. There you are. Acadian flesh tone. But yeah, if the World Eaters were just mindless berserkers, they would never actually be able to function sufficiently enough to, do anything extraplanetary. Like man a spaceship, for instance. Or hell, even keep one functional. But if they were literally just... seems like I really need to work on my green stuff game for the Rogue Trader I have in mind. Oh? What'd you have in mind? She wears power armor, a power sword, and a shuriken pistol. Ajuman? I hope your Rogue Trader isn't Ozerman. I would really hate to think he got downgraded to Rogue Trader. Where do I have those two models? Hang on just a minute. Let me set something up on my turntable. I have two models that may be of interest to you in that regard. "100% totally not self-insert, huh?" Well, now that you've said that. I need to raise this up. Alrighty. I haven't used this Java book in almost 3 years. No, he's an animate suit of armor, generally referred to in masculine terms because the original wearer of the armor was male. But the armor is no more masculine than Jane Czar is feminine. Alright, let's see if I got this lined up right. Sort of. So yeah, these are two models that I built. The one on the left is intended to be a kind of a female berserker. Actually, let me see if I can find the original artwork. Nope, 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 nope. Nada, nope, nope, nope. Not that one, nope. That is Angron, definitely not female. Unless he's hiding more under that armor than I actually want to consider. Nope. Nope. Neither model uses anything from Harlequins. The one on the left is a what's her name? The Dark Eldar witch character. I can't think of her name just now. Alright, well, while you're watching that, give me a minute, let me find the image. So I know I've got it. Come on, I know you're in here. The custom Fabiuses, the pleasure tank. Come on, where are you? Aha. Alrighty, let me bring this on over. Okay, here is the original artwork. Yeah, it's certainly made its rounds around the internet. Oops. So, but yeah, that was my inspiration for that particular model. I always like that image because it shows the Berserker as, well, something other than a Berserker. Like, I mean, she is in control. She is in command of herself. She's not about to go crazy psycho. Well, I mean, not any more psycho than a woman in a combat zone could go. Anyway, alright, Agrax are shade now. But yeah, just the way the figure is drawn in that image, she's not... She doesn't come across as a crazy berserker. She comes across as a dangerous one. Hey, D-Mac, welcome to the channel. Well, Dragon Forge is currently running a special. Let me grab the exact specs real quick. Yep. For $68 plus shipping and handling, you get 40 32mm bases and 10 40mm bases. Any range. The only stipulation is you have to contact Jeff directly. So if you are interested in that, just hit me up and I will get you in contact with him. The deal is intended for the Prospero Burn set. But, I mean, they're bases. It's not like, you know, if you buy them for under Burning a Prospero, they have to be used for the Burning a Prospero set. They're not like magically enchanted or something, so that if you use them for, you know, your normal for your normal non Burning a Prospero figures, they'll explode or anything. Which actually, now that I kind of say that, sounds like that'd be a really awesome way to kill people. Only because I know you're joking, Revy, do I not kick you from the channel for that. Yeah, kindly remember whose channel you're in here, Rev. I mean, I'll take joking, but just make sure it stays sounding like a joke. nerf. Okay. Yeah, I have too. I've actually met people a lot worse than that too. I had started to have a conversation with a guy a few months back at the gaming store, basically explaining why I didn't care for War Machine / Horde models. And my big issue is they are damn near impossible to convert. I mean, like, the resin and the plastic that they use for their models is so dense and so thick. You basically need like a powered bone saw to cut through them. Admittedly, I'm a little surprised I don't have one of those. It's also not like I'm preparing 2 chainswords to be glued together with storm bolters and put into the hands of a raptor. And worse. Yeah, and worse. The best example I can think of was when I was playing in a tournament, a 2-day 40K tournament. We had finished up for the first day, and I had had an idea for my Chaos Army, so I looked to get a casual game in. I got as far as taking my models out of the case and putting them on the table. Hadn't even started dividing them down into squads yet, when the guy who was going to be my opponent said, hey, you know your demon princes have to be on 40mm bases, right? And I was a little dumbfounded because I was like, I'm not running a demon prince in this army. So I was like, did I pull out a demon prince by accident? Look down my army and I'm like, no demon prince. So, I kind of look at him and go, yeah, I know demon princes are supposed to be on 40mm bases. Why? What's your point? And his response was, well, yours aren't. At which point I informed him, yeah, that's because I'm not running demon princes in this army. And that just kind of set him off on this big 10 or 12 minute tirade about how he couldn't stand converters because they always try to get, these height advantages or, hide things because the model doesn't look right or, stuff like that. And just went on and on to the point that I'm finally like, okay, are you in the tournament? Yeah, I am. Great, I'm not. Goodbye. I actually kind of like the dirty brown look that gives. Yep. That was pretty much my response. I'm just like, okay, bye. Have a good one. I actually ran into one place once years ago. Now that I think about it, they did not allow converted models. What? Still lagging? Ow. I think the best one I've ever encountered was when there used to be a Games Workshop shop, actually, like, near me. It used to be run by a guy named Peter, but then he left and it got taken over by a woman. What was her name? Maggie, Margie. It started with an M. I'm not totally sure what her name was off the top of my head now. But there was a kid, is the only way to really describe him in this case. Acted all kinds of big and bad, and admittedly he was a good player, but he just absolutely could not talk to women. So for about, I'd say a month, maybe 6 weeks after the new manager took over, I got the rather chance to watch the rather humorous sight of this guy talk all big and bad, and anti-woman, mind you, only for said manager to then lead him around by the nose, because he had absolutely no ability to talk back to her. Yeah, we were chatting one day while we were working on models, and she was joking about she always realized, like, whenever it was a guy on the phone calling the store, because they'd recognize that, oh, I'm talking to a girl, not a guy on the phone, and they'd immediately get, like, all kinds of nervous and uncertain. And I was like joking with us, like, you mean you're a girl, like, with the things on your chest and all that. She just chuckled. She's like, "Yep, that's pretty much exactly the way they sound." Nowadays, I think the term to describe them would be meninists. He would try. He would try and say stuff that would infer that. But for the most part, a lot of the people who hung out at that store were military. And a lot of military people are really just kind of like, yeah, can you do the job? Yes? Cool. I don't care what your anatomy is. Yep, pretty much. When I was still a member of DC Big Guns, was a gaming group in this area. We had a program called the DC Young Guns. It was basically a mentorship program. The idea was a full member, someone who was 18 or older, took, stewardship, mentorship of one of the kids who was like 12 and younger. And the idea was to, show them sportsmanship and help them develop into the hobby and stuff like that. My young gun was a kid named Josh. Nice enough guy. He was more into the modeling and converting aspects of the hobby than the gaming, which is, what attracted him to me. But at one point, I was chatting with his mother, and she told me she wanted Josh to be involved in the group because it gave her son exposure to positive male role models. Basically, she and Josh had, for lack of a better word, fled California to get away from an abusive boyfriend who was Josh's biological father. And she felt very lucky that she had found the Big Guns DC, and it was something that Josh was interested in, because she didn't feel that she could provide a good male role model for Josh. Well, nothing really notable. Josh had developed a few problems in school, and basically gaming was to blame. So I made him a deal. He was limited to, I think it was 6 hours of wargaming related activities a week until he got his grades up. And in the span of 1/4 of the year, he went from low D's, basically F territory, to 3 points shy of an A. And as a reward for his accomplishments, I got him a $50 gift certificate for Games Workshop. And he used it to buy a set of Assault Terminators that he used to absolutely curb stomp me next game. Which, in all honesty, I'm not going to complain about. You know, he certainly earned the victory, both metaphorically and literally. But yeah, just the crazy part of it was when his mom told me about the whole, you know, leaving California and being glad she found us to make sure Josh had a positive male role model and all that. It was like, wow, how the hell did I go from helping a kid learn how to paint and build models to being like the preferred role model his mother wants him to hang around with? Okay, so white knee pads. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit of a rhetorical question, Revy. You know, just one of those things that at the time seemed to kind of strike me out of the blue, and I wasn't really mentally prepared for it. But, you know, 12 or 10 years later, I'm like, yeah, I can kind of understand where that came from now. There we go. And he's starting to take shape. Oops. Which head are you looking for? The hair falls over the right eye. Do, 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 do. I want to say that's in the Witches set. Dark Eldar, where are you, Dark Eldar? Of course, to be fair, there's really no way to distinguish between a male and a female Dark Eldar head. Hell, half the time you can't even distinguish between the bodies. Yeah, it looks like it's the, oh, okay. Alright, is my paint mixed enough? No. Much better. Come here, Karn. Oops. Okay, and back to painting. There we go. And I need to get another lamp for right over there. Thank you for the host, Revy. Of course, I feel a little bad since I'm going to stop streaming in about 15-20 minutes. There we go. Starting to look meaner now. And we all start somewhere, kiddo. I'm hoping to learn enough about bots to set up some giveaways in the coming months. Come on, Forge World, what color is his tabard? English. Stop asking me. Red. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to put a stand right there. Yeah, I know that feeling. I say I usually buy green stuff in packages like this. Yeah, a friend of mine keeps trying to talk me into going halvesies on Death Mask. He would take the Space Marines, I would take the Harlequins. But I'm just like, dude, I don't play Eldar. I don't really have a use for Eldar. Yeah, oh no, it's absolutely an awesome value for what you're getting, but only if you're actually getting something that's of use to you. You know, I can certainly say the models are nice, and you know, I'm sure I would find a use for the bits somewhere. But at the same time, you know, I already have a huge bit storage problem. I don't need to add to it. There we go. Alrighty, that wraps up my stream for tonight. Thank you all for joining me. By all, be sure to join me. What is today? Today is Wednesday. So my next stream will be tomorrow night. Again, from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for joining me, and have a good one, guys.